well. So, anyway, here we are this morning, and the holding environment. Have you heard that? Have you heard that from us before? The holding environment. Yeah. So I want to say a few things. We don't tire of speaking about it, because if there's one thing that's been transformative about our own practice, it's been the discovery of this and the investment in it, and putting a real attention to it, really cultivating it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you think of even as the holding environment or settling, it's kind of a technique, or it's a tool. Uh, Okay, I've got to get it set up. I got to get it set up, and it's way more than that. It's just way more than that. It's a hugely important part of the practice. There is no bypassing this for something that we imagine is truer or deeper or more something than the holding environment. There is no deeper until we have learned to sit comfortably in our own skin, to learn how to create a comfortable seat, a comfortable space, a comfortable breath, a sense of ease. If we have not yet learned to offer that to ourselves, there's nothing deeper there waiting for us. This is the portal. It's the portal to depth, and it is in its own right something so fundamental, so fundamental. I love this quote by Pascal, who said, most of the world's problems stem from the fact that a person is unable to sit alone quietly in a room, comfortably, quietly in a room. And I think it is a lot of the world's problems, but a lot of our personal problems stem from that very thing as well. Just being able to sit comfortably in our own skins. We want truth. I want truth. I want the deep truth. What we really want at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, is to feel more at home, more deeply at home in our humanity. There's no getting beyond anything until we've learned to take up more full residence on this planet, on this earth, in this body, in this lifetime. Yeah? With these senses, with all that comes with it. Yeah? And the holding environment is the entryway to that. It is the invitation to that. And it is not easy. Do I need to remind you that it's not easy? It seems simple. It seems simple. Cognitively, it seems like a good idea, and it seems simple enough. Just settle down. Just calm down, settle down, create a comfortable breath in a comfortable space. Yeah? And the insights that are visited upon us when we begin this practice, the insights that come one after another, is how difficult it is to simply sit quietly, peaceably, at homedly, in our own skins, with our own breath, at ease. Because there's so much conditioning that militates against that. There's so much energy, there's so much push, there's so much investment. in selfing, and there's so much investment in thinking, and there's so much investment in planning and judging, and there's so much wild energy running through our systems. So much unsettled energy, so much of it. And that's our starting point. That's our starting point. And we are being asked in these practices to acknowledge that starting point of chaos, of wildness, of addiction to all kinds of crazy things in here, so attachments to all kinds of things in here. It's many of which are not particularly um, uh, satisfying, but we're attached to them nonetheless. Yeah? And we're pulled and we're pushed in so many different directions. And it's simply this, the beginning to collect some of those energies, to soften around some of those energies, one breath at a time. And it's so important in this cultivation to continue. We have to give ourselves a rap about it, and we have to listen to raps about it again and again and again, because the mind wants to go anywhere else but be present in the present moment. We almost want to be anywhere except in the present moment. That's our wiring. I'd rather do anything. I'd rather think about anything. A fantasy, a wish, a 5-year plan, a regret, a worry, a to-do list. We almost don't want to do anything. We're more drawn to that. We're more drawn to that, and so it becomes wow. It just becomes wow. Wow. That's our starting point. On a gradual investment, and no, this is important. This is important, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. Because it's the practice of well-being itself. It's the practice of contentment itself. The practice of the holding environment is inviting contentment itself into our mind stream, into our heart stream. And it's worth the effort, and it's worth it, and we're worth it. And in order to do it, what do we have to bring? Well, it's not just push. Okay, now I'm going to settle. That doesn't work. It's the first thing we have to see that doesn't work. Doesn't matter. We'll do it 1,000 times. Come back, until we realize that's not the voice. That's not the voice of the holding environment. That's not it. There's no kindness in that voice. What does it take? It takes a kind voice. It takes some friendliness. It takes grace. It takes patience. Again and again and again. Again and again and again. And you've all tasted it. It's good. You taste it a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. A breath here, a breath there. 2 breaths in a row. A little bit. Gradually, the organism will acquire a taste for it. gradually, gradually, gradually. Believe it or not, the organism will gradually acquire a taste because it's simply a lovely place to be. But it takes a while. It takes a while. And we're going to keep encouraging you. Okay? We're going to keep encouraging you. Huh? Yeah. Mm. All right, I think I'm done here, but let me just... 1 second here. Mm. Sometimes I think of it as creating a nest. Did you ever see a bird create a nest? Yeah? Creating a home base. It's creating something comfortable, something cozy, something, a protection. Protection from what? From some of our wildness, from some of the afflictive emotions that are running haywire through us. Well, it's actually creating a space that feels safe and trusting. You know? We're creating that. So thank you for your attention. Let's practice together. Okay, let's open up a little bit. Yeah. You know, we just got home. We hadn't seen our cats. We hadn't seen our cats for a month, you know. And they're so great at finding the holding environment, like right away. You know, I mean, they're loved when we're away. We have people who live with us who love them, but, you know, they find a way, like in the middle of the night. It's just, you know, in the middle of the night, somehow getting into the bed, so that they're making contact, some physical contact with both of us. Oh, in the dark, in the warm dark, the holding environment, the cat's holding environment. It's like that. That's what we're creating. That's what we're creating in our way, in this practice. Okay, so opening it up. Yeah. When you're ready, lightly closing the eyes. The breath of life still moving in us. Always begin with that moment of wonder and appreciation, just that the breath is still here, moving, sustaining. Permission to find a comfortable rhythm, comfortable breath. Yeah. And with each breath, the intention to continue to settle just a little bit more, and to bring that caring attention and of course the attention will drift away many times. And when it does, the most most important moment in our practice is that when you have noticed that, increasingly, as our practice develops, it is the willingness to return to essentially this loving project of creating this inner holding environment, to be more willing to turn back to this than to continue on in the thought stream, with the story, with the planning, with the other fascinating thing that's pulling you away and saying, no, 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 this is more important. This is more important. It's the willingness to say, no, it's not more important. This project, this wellness project, this coming back now to this breath, to softening this breath, is the priority now. softening, softening and allowing, making room. Last few minutes. Last few minutes. you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. And don't forget, we start at noon, starting next Monday. We'll go from 10:30 to noon. And most of you know that, but it would be easy to forget. We start at noon next Monday, okay? Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Hold on,
to
let me
see
give
you.
you all permission to unmute. Let's have our goodbyes to one another. Wait one sec. Here we go. Okay.